Etobicoke, have we got something exceptional for you today here at 50 23rd Street. Buyers, I know what you're thinking. I really need that size, that space. Well, here at 50 23rd, we got a 35-foot lot with a huge depth of 120, feels even deeper than that. We got a private driveway behind me, almost 1,600 square feet, over 2,000 square feet if we include that lower level with that high basement. Behind this house, we got a double car garage, and I've been told by Marty at Laneway Advisors that we can build the largest size allowable of Laneway Suite / Coach House. I got a report to show you on that. Let's talk location, because we got it here. Right at the bottom of 23rd is that lake. Across from us, the green space, the pastoral feel from Samuel Smith Park, and of course, that gorgeous original Humber College, one of the most beautiful campuses in all of the city. That gives you those lakefront trails, the yacht clubs, and the nature that you're after here in South Etobicoke, not seen anywhere else like it is right here. Shops, restaurants galore, we got the transit, we got access to that GO train, and we got it all here in a house with so much opportunity. It's time for me to shut my mouth and get inside. Let's go. Now, the second you walk inside this house, you're gonna notice two things: the parrot and the size that you're getting in this property. It is so rare you come in, you see this amount of grandeur, you get this amount of attention from a lovely caged bird. And what do we got, guys? We got a floor plan you're not getting elsewhere. Right here in the front foyer, full front hall closet, oversized, beautiful hardwood, tons of room here for your bench seating, for your built-ins. And now, if you're an investor, what are you looking for? You got this foyer space because we have 3 kitchens in this property. Certainly at one point, it was set up as a triplex, and you got that opportunity here if you want to go to the city and comply. And don't forget what I said about that coach house. So all of this can be closed off and divided so that you can use the separate side entrance to get to that lower level. This is your main foyer for upstairs in the main level, and you can put fire doors on here. Of course, you're gonna go to the city and make sure you're in compliance, but what we have here you're not seeing elsewhere is location and space and size. And that's so rare in today's market. Speaking of rare, let's check out this main floor so you can get an idea of how big this place really is. Coming in, friends, you're gonna see we got original wood baseboards in here, high ceilings, plaster moldings, and lots of detail and character you're not getting elsewhere. I'm almost sure that underneath this carpet is original hardwood floors. Big focal point here with our gas fireplace, not to mention our bay window with the views of the park, that green space. What does that mean? No neighbors across the way. I know the drone shots are telling you the story, but you really got to come down here and feel it. Why be looking on to someone else's house when you could be looking on to all that magic green space, parks, schools, the vibrancy of nature? Huge amount of space, just focusing on, look at the size of this couch, my friends. This is your oversized Leon's leather couch, showing off. This is about the size of 2 typical living rooms in this area. And here you got a massive football field that you can entertain, set up. You could even do an eat-in area here if you want to turn this area into a bedroom to get that 1 or 2 bedroom apartment on this main floor. We got floor plans, ask me for them. Let's keep going. How's my buddy doing? Here we have the dining room and the parrot room, as I like to call it. Beautiful view of our oversized yard, private, serene back there. Again, look at this space we have in here. Hardwood floors, original baseboards, love this little arch detail, plaster moldings, all connects really well to the kitchen. But this is a really big space, my friends. We got a 6-seater in here, easy to get that big 10 8-seater in here. You got room for a side table, another kind of display cabinet. The space really shows itself off. You'll feel that when you come inside of this house. Whether or not you want to turn it into units or make it a big family home, it's ready to go. Let's see some more. Coming into our kitchen, really good space and size in here. Look at all the counter space in here. Again, it's an original kitchen, but you get the idea of how big this is. Open this up to the dining room, leave it as it is. Even the way it is, you could have a piece of furniture in here right now to set up with a little bit of an island. Not to mention, it has a full pantry space right here, which just adds so much kind of utility to a main level like this. Certainly helpful if you got a big family or you need lots of space, or hey, if you're converting this back into an apartment. Check out this back mudroom for a second. These spaces, often overlooked. This is your entrance into the back, serving as a second entrance to the main level. This can be opened up, cut in a big glass slider here, but what you can see is that view into the backyard. What I love here is you could have the laneway suite, the coach house, or the big garage, and you still get lots of green space. Not that you need it, because you live across the street from one of the biggest, most beautiful parks in all South Etobicoke, but I digress. Let's go upstairs and check out this second level. Heading upstairs through our lovely foyer, and I just want you to take it in for a minute. Look at the details in here, little etched in the plaster walls. We got these beautiful kind of faux panelings that go upstairs, original wood staircase in really fine shape if you ask me. Love just the feel and the touch of this property. So easy to update a house like this while at the same time keeping these character charm filled elements. The down by the lake feel, you know I know what I'm talking about. Coming up onto the second level, original floors up here. Loving this trim, guys. Little curvature, loving these plaster details. This faux finish here looks absolutely original and keeping with the era of this house. So if you love the wood, you're gonna keep it. If you don't, you can update it really simply. You get a huge amount of space up here, guys, because this is either a 3-bedroom with a primary ensuite if you wanna kind of go that way, keeping this as a family bathroom and extending this as a big principal ensuite setup. Or as an apartment, you can open this up and have a huge living dining, still have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. Lot of opportunity here if you think about where we are in the city as a hub for not only schools, but students and professors and young professionals living throughout the city. Let's start with bedroom 1. I'll take you back through. You can have a look. Really good size in here. This is a full size queen, easy to get a king. Dressers, 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 TV stand, side tables, plaster, beautiful walls, big views out front of that green space, nice high ceilings. This is easy, my friends. You come in here, you keep this original wood flooring, you paint it the color you want, you put the light fixture you're interested in, you put your big king size. This feels like a brand new updated property, or you just keep it like this. Nice, trendy, gray color, great coverings, you're ready to go, and you got a big closet in here. Really is deceiving. It comes about to here, nice and deep, and that's showing off again the size of this property. When it was built, it truly was a massive home. Coming through into bedroom 2 of 4, I'll call it. Really nice size in here. Again, you're getting an idea of that green space across the street. Look at the setup, the wood floors. Love these round curvature doors, original to the property. Even the rads are nicely built in here. You're gonna get a really nice 4-season feel in here, meaning that in every season, with every changing day, a property like this really holds up and makes you feel warm, cozy, and bright and airy when it's time to do so. Another big closet in here. Really goes back, like the depth, really good access in here. And even as I go through this hallway, there's 2 additional closets in this hallway. So you're not only getting the space, but extra storage, and I haven't even gone on about the basement yet. Like I said, we got a closet here, big, another closet here, big. This stuff's really rare. You probably don't need the 2 closets. So I get my ticker going and I think, oh, you know what one of these could be converted into? How about stand-up stacker laundry if you're gonna do an apartment up here, or even if you're just going for that ever trendy 2nd floor laundry, you got the setup here. Let's see another bedroom. Another really good size in here, guys. That original flooring and trim that you're after, really good shape. We got views of the yard. You got the rad in here. It's really giving me that, the warm fuzzies of original South Etobicoke down by the lake. Of course, you're getting the king size in this room as well. Dresser, TV. This almost feels like a principal in itself. And I can only imagine if you took this bedroom here and added a walk-in closet in a large bathroom, you're gonna have that primary suite you've been drooling over. We got another large closet here. And again, guys, these closets are huge. I'm walking right in. They go double wide, and you don't see that in this era of home. Obviously, you go through these properties with your agents or on your own at open houses. You're going, I love the old character and charm, but where do we put our stuff? You don't have that problem at this property, I assure you. Let's see some more. So we're seeing our kitchen up here when this was a triplex, but you can see this is a really good sized bedroom. Take this out. In fact, years ago, I sold a property like this to one of my best friends, and he kept the sink and made this a nursery. And he goes, man, in the future, I promise you, people are gonna install a sink in their nursery, because when you have those young ones, having a little sink right here to do some cleaning, rinsing off is a huge asset. But of course, you're gonna do with this what you want. My point is, look at all the space here. Easy to make this 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms up here with that family bath, or convert this into a principal suite / closet, or turn this floor into its own unit. You got the space, you got the natural light, you got the location, and you got the hardiness of a well-built original house here in South Etobicoke. Let's see this family bathroom. Coming into our family bathroom, guys, we got a newer shower stall, or at least a converted one. We got the original tile. I love this Manhattan style. We got a nice, clean, easy to maintain floor in here. We got a closet behind here. This could be double sinks in here if you ask me, and you got a window, you got the medicine cabinet, really good setup. Use this today. Your tenants would be happy with this. You'd be happy with this, or you could convert this, like I said, and make this a little bit bigger. Add that bathroom to that secondary space, turn it a little bit of a closet walk-through, and now you got the principal suite, a huge family bathroom, and 2 other really generous sized bedrooms up here. Not to mention that stacker washer and dryer that you're gonna put in, and you got that big family linen closet. You gotta love this second floor. You gotta love it. Now, one of the best things about this house is this huge basement with high ceilings. I know, I'm about to show it to him. And I'm gonna take you down right now. So, gonna mention, separate side entrance. This can be blocked off, or use this so your family can come down here and have their huge TV rec room, +1 bathroom, +1 bedroom. I'm showing them right now. You get the idea. So some people might say to me, Mike, why would you show a basement with boxes and stuff in it? Don't you want it just to be all open or staged? Why would you put it on the MLS? And I go, because buyers are smart. They see past boxes and stuff, and they see how high these ceilings are. Over 7 feet for sure. You got the space down here. You know what that saves you, my friends, in ceiling height? To underpin this basement, you're looking at minimum $50,000 to $100,000 just to get this ceiling height. Here at 50 23rd, you walk in, you got the height, you got the block foundation, you have a separate entrance. So think about just family room, kids playroom. You're gonna need a whole separate unit down here for grandma and grandpa, or whoever it is. You want to rent it out. You want this to be a tri-rental with a laneway suite. It's ready to go in so many ways that other properties aren't. That's what I'm saying. So you come down here, we got a laundry room. There's a cantina right behind our cameraman, and this floor takes us right through to huge rooms. Now what I want you to focus on is the size, the height, the size of these above grade windows, and the cross light that we're getting down here. We got a couple light bulbs, and it really truly is bright. That's not just because we're getting a lot of that southern exposure, but because we have the windows, the opening, the ceiling height to allow that light in. So think about this. If you're hanging out down here, this is your TV room, this is your playroom for your kids, your work from home space, or if you're a tenant, university student, professor renting this space, there really is kind of a pride of living here with this light, the ceiling height. It doesn't feel like a basement. It's a true lower level. You're gonna feel that when you come in the flesh. Let's see a little bit more. Tons of space over here, my friends. This is the same kind of square footage as upstairs. And if we're almost 1,600 square feet, well, that's about 800 square feet on every floor, which gives us about 800 square feet down here. And you got a lot of room to section this off into bedrooms, keep one main living space, do it how you want. You're gonna feel it when you come down here. And you're gonna keep loving that height. Let's see a bit more. Coming into the basement kitchen or the lower level kitchen, obviously, like I said, we had a 3 kitchen setup here at one point. You're gonna wanna reimagine that or really kind of bring this up and rehabilitate this type of kitchen. But this original value, these subway tiles, trust me, will attract certain renters and buyers. And they're not just people who are going, oh, I don't care what I have. It's people who actually appreciate the throwback, who appreciate the rehabilitation of antiques, tile work, and the workmanship overall that we just don't see anymore. Lots of room in here, guys. You could have your appliances over here, section this out. You can even have a little eat-in kitchen here. Of course, you don't need to do that because you have so much space in these other rooms. And even in this lower level kitchen, we have all that ceiling height and another big window. Off to the right-hand side, coming into this lower level bathroom, it needs a few upgrades, you can see, but it's here. The plumbing is here, the light is here, the ceiling height is here, and you can just simply reimagine some new tile, fix up this wall, do some things in here, and you got a European bathroom that could serve this downstairs area. Of course, I'm gonna say there's a lot of room down here. You can make this even bigger. Heck, with the right ingenuity and a floor plan, you might even be able to do 2 bathrooms down here. So think about those things when you come to this house. Look at these floor plans. There's so much potential. And I think there's already so many of these main features put into this place that you can't recreate with sweat equity. It's worth coming to take a look. All right, let's get outside and take a look at this yard. Coming out into our fully fenced yard, and so much to talk about here. First, this little terrace, perfect spot for that big barbecue, if I do say so myself. You walk down here, my friends, you got all this parking. Of course, you don't need to use it as parking because you could pull right into this double car garage, and you still have all this green space over here. It's not shared, so you can fence this off and divide it however you want, and you got all this room for planting and dogs and cats and kids to run up and down. Beautiful kind of private yard here, and you can just hear the lake and the birds and the chirping and all the good things that you get here in South Etobicoke. Now let's focus a bit on this structure here, my friends. Like I said, we have a laneway suite report. I want to get that to you so you can understand the possibility to put a 2-story dwelling here of almost 1,300 square feet across 2 floors, or maybe keeping a garage space, having a little secondary foyer and going up and having an additional 600 square feet atop of this. We got some stuff to show you. Of course, there's more work that goes into fully understanding something like this, but the possibility is here, and I've been told by the professionals that we hit the nail on the head when it comes to getting the maximum space for a laneway or garden suite here in South Etobicoke. You gotta love this. And on top of that, let's see this garage on the interior. Really solid double car garage, true double car, guys. Block. You got the slab in here. You got height and a mezzanine space for storing your kayaks and your canoes, because after all, you're right down by that lake. Think about the future with this. You can use it right now today as ample recreation storage. Get 2 cars in here, get all the bikes you need, or take it to the next level in the future. Create an in-law suite, create that extra income you're after. In this location, it can't be beat. Love this. So important to note, this is a gate. You just lift it up and it rolls on a wheel, and you can completely close it or leave it open like this, however you want. But look at all of this parking here, my friends. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish spots. Of course, you're not gonna pack it with cars, but there's the odd time where you're having a birthday party or a family gathering, or all your friends come in from out of town and you wanna go train to that concert or that baseball game. It's nice to have this much parking and this private driveway, not to be underestimated. Really love this curb appeal out here, friends. You get that craftsman-ish style, double brick down by the lake vibe, mature trees in here, and of course, just the serenity of being down by the lake. So let's sit on this stoop for a quick second, talk a little bit more about this property, Long Branch, this immediate location, and why you gotta get down here. So let's talk about the house a little bit more. We got the 35-foot width, the 120 depth, and it feels a lot deeper than that because I think there's about 10 feet of property line here. That's actually the city's property, giving you a lot of grandeur. We got this huge driveway, private, that double car garage that can be converted into a laneway or coach house, guys, not to be underestimated. Then we have an enormous amount of usable square footage in there, not to mention that extra high basement. So I don't care if you're an investor, a family, an end user, whoever you are, where are you getting the solid double brick home with this size of lot, with the private driveway, with the huge big garage in this kind of shape, this close to the lake, this close to Samuel Smith Park, the yacht club, those hiking trails, that beautiful campus, one of the most beautiful campuses in all of Canada, if you ask me, and then all the shops and restaurants that come along with this being a main hub. Now, if we talk about this pocket here in Long Branch, south of Lakeshore, all the way curving around to basically the start of Mississauga, what you're getting is one of the most sought after down by the lake communities in all of Toronto. And you can just look, we got $3, $4, $5 million homes in this vicinity, and yet you got this opportunity right here. People flock from all over the city to come by these lakefront trails and streets to see these neighborhoods, and you can actually own a piece of that now. Now, as far as practicality, my friends, we are so close to that 427, that Gardiner, that QEW. You can get on that GO train right here in Long Branch proper. You can walk to anything. So you're getting that perfect meld of city hub with urban location, with down by the lake quietness that you're not getting anywhere else. Feel like I'm hitting you on the head with this stuff, my friends. Let's stop talking about it. It's time for you to get down here and see 50 23rd Street. It's not gonna last long. Mark my words, there is too much opportunity here. Well, it's a beautiful day, and one of my friends is just over here with their dog at the dog park. I'm gonna go say hi. You guys, you can do whatever you want. You just can't do it here any longer, so, well, get the heck out of here.